What's up, internet? I was watching the Gold Channel. This dude's like a prospector. And he has these magic numbers that indicate gold. His magic numbers that indicate gold are 13721. So, many years ago, when I was still living in Flagstaff, Arizona, I was living between the railroad track and the college. I met this girl. I think she's a girl named Holly Pyle. She could have been trans. I think she had a man at the time. I'm not really sure. She was this cute little tiny blonde. Definitely like, oh yeah, how we met is I was walking and she walks out of a store and she goes to me, "Hey, I'm playing tonight. You want to see it?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll show up." And I showed up. Anyway, we had several contacts. We had hung out in Sedona a couple times or whatever, but she does a looper. Anyway, like, I definitely got less boundary crossy when I took dewormer. Anyway, what's interesting about it is my personal numbers were 137 and her numbers were 21, which is what the gold guy says. He says 13721 are these numbers that indicate gold. Now, I didn't listen enough to find out what those numbers were. What does that mean? But it's 137. And I had used 137 as my personal style tag for a long time. This is actually something that had happened is I asked the universe, I was like, I want to see a vision that'll change my life, right? And I closed my eyes. I had been meditating and I took LSD. And I saw this big burning 37 in my eye. And I basically discovered that 137 is like 37 times the creator. So 137 was my number for a long time. Anyway, Holly Piles is 21. She uses 21 in her email address. And I always thought that was interesting. Now, we didn't end up hooking up. One time she went to Flagstaff and got a hotel near me, right? She showed me her music. She's a looper, right? Here's what's interesting about us is I'm a holographic speed painter. I do an improvised speed art, and she's an improvised singer. She does a looper where she'll set a beat and she'll repeat it, and then she'll set like a harmony, and then she'll sing something else. So her songs are improvised in the moment, where she just does it like not really a DJ, but just where all the sounds are her voice, right? And we would have been an interesting couple again. I don't remember if she's trans or not. If she was born a boy and she got swapped. I don't remember. That's happened to me before where I met that, or she was female circumcised. I think she was female circumcised. I think that's what it was. But yeah, the Holy Pile and me. That would have been a cool relationship. It never worked out though. And definitely it's like, we visited like this angels reader, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you two are like have a special connection," which is like, yeah, of course. But I do find that interesting that this gold prospector is like the two numbers 137 and 21 are the numbers to find gold. And I was like, what the fuck? That almost happened. But where I am now is like, I hate circumcision. Yeah, I like Holly because like I like blondes with blue eyes. That's my thing, you know. I know that's only some other people's thing. That's not everybody's thing, but that's definitely something I like. And it just didn't happen. Part of the problem was I was circumcised, and it would take many years. It would take many years after I met Holy Pile for me to realize I was circumcised. Like, I hadn't like put it together what that meant yet. It's like, yeah, I'm normal, you know. No, you were attacked and the government can't be trusted. That's the real story. So yeah, maybe Holly Pyle and I, let's say she's not trans. Let's say we hooked up. If she and I had had a kid, that kid would have had a holographic speed painter as a dad, and would have had an improvised singer as a mom. That kid would have probably been gold. That kid probably would have been like either rich and famous or extremely creative themselves. But we did not hook up. Probably never will. You know what I mean? Um, so, but it was interesting in that time that, years ago I asked the universe for a soulmate and I got Holly Pyle. And it's just that connection between me being 137 and her being 21. Is 21 was this number that she used, right? And so that would have been like some cosmic consequence. But yeah, I'd rather not have kids with anybody just because of the government. You know what I mean? So I hate the creator. You can't make enough for everybody. You've got to be like, hey, if you believe in Jesus, you're getting your dick cut off. You had to do that. I don't like living here. I hate Earth. The humans suck. The only thing in the humans' favor is that it's really not their fault it's horrible. But in the humans, against the humans, is they didn't do anything new that's really a lot better than the way it is. They just leaned into the way it was. But yeah, so that's my story of a near romance. If Holly is not secretly a man, which I can't even remember if she is or not, she could be, then yeah, I almost made a baby with a girl that was like, would have been, today I learned the 13721 connection. Yeah, this like gold prospector is like, these two numbers equal gold, 137 and 21, right? And that's like our numbers, the numbers we had chosen. And that had happened between us, if I was still living in Flagstaff, that was probably 2014. So like 10 years ago. Yeah, but she had a man at the time. She like lived with the dude. And yeah, she's like still religious and shit. And maybe it wouldn't have worked out. I've noticed the universe doesn't care about things like connections or whether or not you want all your body parts. The universe doesn't care about that at all. So pretty harsh. Yeah, the creator definitely made the universe, and like the experience of the people he made was second to us realizing how big it is, right? So yeah, but if we had kids, if Holy Pyle and I had hooked up, then yeah, they probably would have been like fucking gold, either hooked up or had like a creative merger. Yeah, we could have done like some sort of like art music project. It'd be fun if I did a speed painting on stage, because I can use what do you call it, paper on a projector. I can use an overhead projector. I don't need a computer or anything. You'll see it better then. Yeah, I don't need a computer to do it, so I could use a white piece of paper on an overhead projector or something to do this, and then get her to like loop or sing. Yeah, that would have been cool. But it never happened. So, whatever. If there is no rebirth, if I don't get another life, I'm happy to just die without leaving any kids. And if there is reincarnation, I hope I get a better start next time. I hope, if, like, the way I interpret circumcision is the government are pedophiles and they just raped everyone. That's the way I interpret it. I don't really interpret it as that's something I did to people. I don't interpret it that way at all. I interpret it as the government are just pedophiles. So, you definitely waiting until you have like a better start would probably be better. But yeah, Holly Pyle and I almost hooked up, but that would have been like over 10 years ago. So like 10 years ago. And I only found out about the 13721 connection now. Yeah, her email address. I don't remember her email address. It's something 21. I think it's 21. I don't think it's 12. I think it's 21. That was like her number, right? And I'm 137. So crazy. Yeah, that would have been gold. We probably would have either done a great like production, or if we had a kid, they probably would have been like really, really creative. So, but that didn't happen. So may the creator regret how he treats us. Yeah.